Before we start, we got some guests that's coming on today, and we will be talking New Orleans Pelicans tonight. And the Pelicans are playing against the hottest team in the NBA, the hottest team in the NBA, the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, they're playing the hottest team in the NBA, the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, and I just so happen to have a cap. I'm not a Brooklyn fan by no means, but this is gonna be this is big. The New Orleans Pelicans have multiple players that are out there that are key in this game. They have multiple key players that are going to miss this game. Unfortunately, for those who remember the very first game of the season, the Pelicans actually stumped the Brooklyn Nets. And that was the first game of the year. Pelicans had star Brandon Ingram. They had Zion Williamson. So it was a different, very much a different story in the beginning of the season. The Pelicans rocked the Brooklyn Nets, but we are the team that is shorthanded this time, and it's going to be a different ball game tonight. Not saying the Pelicans can't win this basketball game. Not saying that they are not going to be able to win, because the Pelicans have showed, even with the superstars losing, that they are capable of winning. The Pelicans are 6-2 without Zion Williamson. Okay, they are 6-2 this year without Zion Williamson, and they have a damn nice record without Brandon Ingram. But what are they without both of the stars? Okay, what are they without both of the stars? And that's going to be it's going to be up to C.J. McCollum. C.J. is going to have to step his ball game up. You know what I'm saying? And we would like to apologize to our New Orleans Saints network for last week. Okay, last week coming into the new year, we missed the Philadelphia game. We had some technical difficulties. We had no internet. Okay, so we had some technical difficulties. So we will talk Sunday about the Saints and the possibilities of the NFL allowing the Saints to get into the 8th seed. So we will be talking about that. That's going to be something to be looking forward to. Y'all give me 1 second. I forgot the one thing I did forget is sharing this to EJ. Once again, welcome to the Baddest Sports Show podcast in the Deep South. And this is one of your hosts, Everett Nola, 504. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here. I'm waiting on my co-host, the host of the Baddest Sports Show podcast, EJ. He's going to be traveling, and he's also going to be on the show. So we decided to talk about the New Orleans Pelicans tonight. But we also going to, like I said, come Saturday. I mean, I don't know if the game is Saturday or Sunday, but I had a procedure, so y'all gotta excuse me. I'm still, I was under anesthesia this morning, so I'm a little bit woozy on learning the days on when the Saints are going to play. But I'm assuming it's Sunday. Okay, Sunday, last game against the Carolina Panthers. That's going to be a big game. It's really not a big game. Both teams are mathematically out of the playoffs, but they're saying that the Saints may have a shot. You say there's a chance, and I don't know. We'll see if the NFL allow 8 teams to get into the playoffs. Okay, we'll see. And then we're going to talk about have Dennis Allen. Do you think that Dennis Allen saved the season? So there's a lot of things. Now that Dennis Allen has went on this 3-game win streak, I don't see them firing Dennis Allen. Okay, I don't see that happening. No, by no means, I don't see that happening. Okay, and a lot of people hoping for Sean Payton to come back. Sean Payton is going to be an asset. He's going to be an asset for this organization. That's what he's going to be. Sean Payton is going to be an asset, meaning we expect to get some assets for Sean Payton. Okay, that's what I expect. I expect this organization to be going for a first round draft pick, maybe a first and a second, or maybe a first round and a player, and a couple of players. But the Saints are going to part ways with Sean Payton because Sean Payton wants to coach. And I just don't see a scenario where he comes back with the New Orleans Saints. I just don't see. I know a lot of people said it's a possibility that him and Sean Payton and Tom Brady are trying to get together, and maybe their best chance of getting together is in New Orleans. But I don't see the Saints doing such a thing. They don't have a history of firing their coach in the first year. They just don't have a history. I think we'll be better off getting a draft pick. I think the Saints organization would be better off getting a number one draft pick because of the fact that we don't have a number one draft pick. Okay. The fact is the Saints don't have a number one draft pick. That is going to the Philadelphia Eagles. And I just think that the Saints getting a number one draft pick, also maybe a second round draft pick, a first, a second, or maybe a third round, or maybe a couple of players. That is a lot of things. There's a lot of scenarios with the Saints when it comes down to that. There's a lot of things that the Saints can do, okay? There's a lot of maneuvering that they can do. Sean Payton is an asset. He's definitely an asset. He's going to be a guy that we can look at and say, hey, you know what? We can use him as trade bait, okay? I don't see Sean Payton coming back to the Saints. I don't see Sean Payton coming back to the Saints. No matter how many Saints fans are out there crying and getting upset, they don't like Dennis Allen, deal with it. It is what it is. Go Pelicans. Go Pelicans. I see you, Henry. We'll be talking in a few minutes about the Pelicans in a few. We'll be waiting on EJ, the host. He'll be coming on. But as of right now, I'm just reviewing some of the things we didn't do. We apologize for not being able to give you guys coverage this last Sunday. This last Saturday. I guess it was Saturday. This last Saturday when the Saints played against the Eagles. Okay. We wasn't able to come on because we had technical difficulties. We had no internet. And so we wasn't able to go on. So I apologize for not being able to give you guys coverage on the Saints and the Eagles. And there's still Saints fans that I remember, Jason, when I get a chance to tell you, Jason, I recorded you saying that the Saints had no chance, even without Jalen Hurts. They had no chance of beating the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, that was one of your picks. I got you video recorded. And I have not been equipped enough to be able to get at you because I was under anesthesia this morning. I've been very woozy and very not myself. Okay, because I had to take care of some things. With myself, with my health. Okay, so as far as the New Orleans Pelicans, this is you can expect the Brooklyn Nets. This team. It's not the Brooklyn Nets, but this is the closest thing to the Nets. A Brooklyn beanie, okay? And you can best believe the Brooklyn Nets are going to come in for revenge. They're going to come in for blood against the Pelicans. There's one thing about it is we played them in the beginning of the season. We played this team in the beginning of the season. We were healthy in the beginning of the season. We had Zion Williamson and we had Brandon Ingram in the beginning of the season. We had Larry Nance in the beginning of the season. So right now we are depleted. I'm not saying we don't have a chance to win because the Pelicans is a strange team. They are a team that tends to win games that you don't believe they can win because they are so deep. The Pelicans are so deep that they are just over their heads. They don't know how good they are because they're just over their heads. The Pelicans, beat the Chicago Bulls. I know people say that's the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls are a very, very athletic young team. They're going to be the future of that division. They're going to be right up there with the Pelicans by next year. There's a lot of young talent with the Houston Rockets, and the Pelicans backups gave them all that they can. Okay, the Pelicans backups gave them all that they can, and I just really believe CJ when CJ has to take over leadership, CJ McCollum puts the team on his back. When Zion is not playing and Brandon Ingram is not playing, then CJ becomes that guy. CJ McCollum becomes that leader. He becomes that guy. Well, he just demands the basketball. He demands the basketball, and I just admire that about CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum is a guy that was in the shadow of Damian Lillard all his career. He has been in that shadow, but coming to New Orleans, he has rejuvenated himself, and he has showed that he can be that guy. He's that guy when called upon. He's that guy, and I like the fact that we get to see more of Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes is a very athletic, stretch forward young man. Can leap out of the gym. He has the ability to block shots. He's a shot blocker. He's not that tall for the position. I mean, he's a damn good forward. He's a forward. He's not a center. So he's undersized when he has to play the center position. But we have two massive centers. Willie Gomez, they call him Billy Gomez, Willie Gomez. That young man, Willie Gomez, this brother here, man, this brother here is really strong at the basket. He was actually the MVP in the European League. He was the MVP in the European League. He just don't get a lot of time because we got JV. The Pelicans got JV. Big JV, Valenturas, and we got so many people, so he just get buried in the depth chart. He gets buried. Literally, he gets buried. So the young man is very, very impressive that they got so many big guys. The Pelicans rely on. Trigger Trey. Trigger Trey is another guy that I can see that can step up in this ball game. And he's another guy that I've seen elevate his game with the absence of a Brandon Ingram, without the absence of a Zion Williamson. Trigger Trey is that guy. Najee Marshall. Najee can be a little bit out of control, but Najee is that junkyard dog player. Najee Marshall is that junkyard dog player, that guy who just do the things that nobody else wants to do. Very underrated talent. He gets to the basket. He's a damn good free throw shooter. He knows how to get to that basket. And he gets in the opponent's head. There's something about Najee. Najee got his brother's back. Najee is anybody tell you about Najee? Jose Alvarado will tell you about Najee. You want a Najee on your team, a Najee Marshall. You want a Jose Alvarado on your team. These guys are gangsters. These guys are gangsters. And I really love this team. We really got a lot of great role players on this basketball team. I really want to see Graham step his game up. I really want to see Graham step his game up. He's really been mediocre. After starting the season up pretty hot, he's been missing key jumpers, key open threes. We need his ability to shoot the threes. That's why we picked him up from the Hornets to shoot threes. We need that jump. We need the free throws. We need the three-point shot because he has that ability. Devontae Graham is a young man who I would love. If not, we're gonna have to trade him. We got to be open to trading Devontae Graham if he's not able to give us quality minutes from off the bench. There's a guy right there that it is what it is. Herb Jones, Vincent, Fred Vincent got to work with Herb Jones because Herb Jones, other than his defense, he gives us nothing on the offensive side of the ball. Yes, every now and then he brings us 8, 12, but he can, a guy like that, 6'8", the guy with the long arms, I just expect him to give us more from the scoring aspect. Okay, Herb Jones needs to get in that gym and get with Fred Vincent and work on his jump shot because he's one dimensional. He can get to the basket, but if you shut him down from the basket and make him shoot the ball, he's really no factor. He's no factor with this team. And I love me some Herb Jones. Okay? I love Herb, not on Herb. Not on Herb. We love Herb. But these are the things that we need. We need more scoring. We need more people that can help a Zion Williamson when he comes back because Zion has a pulled hamstring, a very minor pulled hamstring. He'll be out to 2 to 3 weeks out of precautionary. Okay, out of precautionary. But it's not, he didn't have a rough tear, okay? It wasn't a rough tear. So that's a guy that I want to see. I want to see a lot of these things out of this basketball team. Even if we got to bring some squattering, we have the Birmingham Squatters. Even if we got to bring some players from the Birmingham Squatters, there's some guys that we brought over. I want to see some guys, push some of the guys that we got on this basketball team. Like I said, we have a deep bench. But I like I said, and we got the host, he's late, but you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It's a show.
I see a lot of suckers late up here.
Yeah, they late. I don't know what, whatever. But you know how we do it, We keep it rolling, it's amazing that I've been on anesthesia, all day, and I'm able to sit here and hold it down. Y'all don't know I'm just just spaced out right now. Okay. But one of the topics that I brought up was Herb Jones and how we're a very deep team, and I was thinking about how we dismantled this team in the very beginning of the season. That was the very first game.
Where you get that from? Where you get that one from?
Well, I get this from Cameron. This from your brother. Your brother just picks anything. But
my God.
But it's not a Nets. It's just Brooklyn. But the whole point what I'm making to you is that we devastated the Nets in the beginning of the season. They were embarrassed by us. The Nets are the hottest team in the NBA right now. Hands down, the best team in the NBA. And I just fear.
I ain't gonna say they're the best team in the NBA, but
in my opinion, they're playing the best basketball in the NBA right now. Right now, in my opinion, in the East, they're playing the best basketball right now. That's just my opinion. But one of the things, the point I'm trying to say is that you beat a team the way we beat them the very first game of the season. They're gonna want revenge, and they're not gonna sit there and be forgiving to us because we don't have Zion Williamson and we don't have Brandon Ingram. They're gonna come here to kick our ass. And one of the things I want us to understand is we have a very deep bench. The Pelicans got a very deep bench, but this is gonna be very hard to get over. I don't. Go ahead, son. But one thing I love about CJ, tends to play big by himself. I don't know what it is. When they gone, the Pelicans are 6-2 without Zion Williamson. That's unbelievable.
Well, and you got to think about this, man. Well, it's not just CJ. We keep overpassing Big Val, man. Big Valanciunas, man. Jonas Valanciunas. Look, Jonas has done everything that he's needed to do every time, when Zion goes out or when Brandon Ingram goes out, or even there was a point when CJ McCollum was missing a couple of games this season because he was battling COVID. Jonas has never stopped his play. Jonas has come up every single time. Came through every single time. So, all right, yeah, we're out. we're without Zion for 3 weeks. Okay, he's his hamstring got a hamstring strain. Brandon Ingram, still dealing with his toe, but I expect to see him back soon,
Yeah,
very soon.
that's what Willie Willie said. That was one of the things that he was talking about. He said that we could expect him in the next 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, we'll be seeing him soon, which is great. But as a Pelicans fan, you got to be a little bit frustrated because it seems like every single time we get something good going for us, one of those two are not playing, whether it's Brandon or whether it's Zion. Why can't we get both of these suckers on the court together? And
It's,
and and, and then we got CJ with this. So I mean, if I'm CJ, I'm like, damn, bro. I didn't played with Brandon, for a whole half of the season, and I didn't play with Zion for a whole half of the season. Let me get both of these suckers. Like let me go ahead and get both of these guys so we can go ahead and chase this ring. But like I said, these are the games that are gonna really tell you if this team is ready for like a championship run. Um, Look, I know everybody wants, their star players and stuff like that out there. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see Zion and Brandon Ingram out there right now. Mind you, we still have C.J. McCollum out there, and we got Jonas out there as well. But this is where you want to see your backup step up. Okay, this is where you want to see Najee do his thing. Okay, you want to see Dyson do his thing. You want to see, Larry Nance if he's playing or not. I think Larry
not
Nance.
Larry's not playing tonight.
I mean,
Larry's going to miss another 2 games for what I'm hearing. Um, like I said, I don't know unless you, like I said, I've been under anesthesia. Unless you see the new update, from what Willie Green said that when he made the last report, and this was yesterday,
mhm,
he said that Willie Green, I mean, Lord, I said Willie Green, Larry Nance and Brandon Ingram were going to miss us like around the same amount of games. They expect they actually coming back. I mean, they're doing pretty good and working themselves back, but
right.
he expect these guys to come back at the lab, at the same time. They're not, it's not going to be tonight. It's not going to be tonight. We're
Well,
going to have guys out there
Well, the last
playing.
thing I had saw on that, Andrew Lopez, he's the ESPN reporter for the Pels. Last thing I saw on that was Larry was he was gonna go through warm ups tonight and see how he felt about it. So I don't know. This still might
I
be a
hope you're
chance
right.
he goes
I hope you're
tonight.
right because we need him. We need him. And
Yeah,
one of the
we
things I'm
need
gonna
him.
tell you how much you're right. If the Pelicans plays a team like the Nets, we can go big.
Yeah,
That's one thing about the Nets. They are very undersized. They got a lot. They tall. With the guard play, but as far as the center play, they are
they don't.
very.
Yeah,
They don't
they're
have
thin
that
at
power
that
for it. They're
position.
very light,
Yeah,
light in the ass.
yeah.
Oh,
This would have been a great game for both Zion and Brandon Ingram to play. And that was part of why they had so much success game one against them because this is a team matchup wise. If you look at both of these rosters, the Pelicans, win this one easy. But now, like I said, with these two out, with your two stars out, it's a little bit more challenging, especially the way the Nets are playing. Kevin Durant is always going to be Kevin Durant. You know his name. You know what he's going to do every single night. Kyrie Irving is always gonna be Kyrie Irving. The only thing about Kyrie Irving, and everybody wants to make a big deal about Kyrie, is that Kyrie doesn't show up. Well, Kyrie is showing up this season. He is playing basketball for the Brooklyn Nets, and he is playing some of the best basketball I have seen in his career. So he's gonna come and play tonight. Both of those guys are gonna be on their stuff tonight. Nicholas Claxton is a very good center for the Brooklyn Nets that's not getting talked about as well over there in Brooklyn. Um, Playing some really doggone good basketball out there. So it's gonna be a good matchup for Big Val down there, down low too for him and everything. But like I said, Dyson Daniels, this is more minutes for him to go ahead and get acclimated. Najee Marshall, I'm
I
raving
just
about.
talked about the junkyard dog. I said the only thing about
Hey
him,
man,
I mean, he's a damn good player. I just don't like him shooting threes. I just said,
yeah,
I
yeah.
just,
Well, he's
I'm like,
gotten a lot better at that though.
yeah, but sometimes he erratic. He shoots too many in at the wrong time. He can shoot, but I
Yeah,
just like, yeah, I just He's the junkyard dog of this team.
Hey man,
heartbeat. He's the
he's the
heartbeat of this
guy.
team.
If you get in a bar fight, that's the guy you taking with you.
He's
Najee
Draymond
Marshall.
Green. He's Draymond Green of
Yeah,
this team. He's
he
Draymond.
he's
One of the things I want to talk with Henry. Henry going to say about we got a great bench, but this is the bench that's playing Henry. Okay, what's going to be behind this? Okay, we got a great bench, but your stars are gone. So now your bench is starting. So which is going to cause us to have a lack of a bench. Okay, so we're
right.
not going to have as much of a deep bench as we would have had if we had Ingram or Zion, because now we're playing guys like Willie. And don't get me wrong now, Willie, they call
Willie
him
Hernan Gomez,
Willie.
man.
He's a damn
Willie,
good player because
yeah,
he was the
he's the
MVP
MVP of EuroLeague.
of
Yeah,
Europe.
yeah, he was. He
So he
was.
can play ball. He can play. He can
hmm
play.
Most definitely. Look, doggone, we got some play. Devontae Graham, that's another guy that has stepped up his game this season.
Yeah, but I want him to be a little bit more efficient with the three. He he's a good. He gets to the basket. He knows how to do that little teardrop. He knows how to get to the basket for free throws. But we brought him here to hit threes.
Yeah.
We brought him here from the Hornets to hit threes. Okay.
Yeah.
I want this guy to hit threes on a high rate like C.J. McCollum. He just, that's what I want to see. He's capable of that. He is. You see him on multiple occasions.
Definitely capable of it. The one thing I'm gonna say about him though, I'm proud of his defensive improvement. I mean, last year,
big time.
oh my goodness, last year, I mean, you looked at him last year and you was like, damn, man. I mean, all you out there for is threes. You just not gonna play defense at all. But this year, I don't know who got in his ear. He's finally playing some defense, man. Jackson Hayes, another guy I want to talk about.
That's my
Hayes,
guy.
man.
And people got him in trade rumors, but I don't want him traded. He's the guy that I don't want traded because I fear once we trade him, he's gonna be that guy. He's a guy that I sit there and say he keeps us athletic. We are an athletic team because of him. Okay, so you got a Zion Williamson, you got a Brandon Ingram, you got a Herb Jones. You got a Jackson Hayes. I'm talking about as far as athleticism. Okay?
Right.
And I was trying to tell you about Herb Jones. I love Herb, but Herb got to get into the lab and work on his jump shot. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, breaking news. Larry Nance is in. You were correct. Larry Nance, the breaking news.
I told you.
He is playing tonight. Wow,
they was talking about it.
Pelicans.
It was talking about it, man. I knew he was for a game like this. And we needed a lot of help down low. I knew he would try to come through and get ready for this game. So that's good.
But I'm trying to explain to you, Henry. We beat the Nets when they were just getting themselves together. That was the very first game of the year, and you got to understand. I'm not taking nothing away from the Pelicans, but we had our superstars. You can't be. It's hard to win games without superstars. I'm not saying we're not going to win the night. We could possibly win the night. But it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge with let me tell you something. Let's not act like losing a Zion Williamson and losing a Brandon Ingram is just that we're going to just keep patching, going on without these guys. Okay,
Yeah,
we need our stars.
That's true. That's a reality.
I know you're a fan and I know you love your Pelicans, but shit, man, we got to be real at some point.
Yeah, that's a reality. Like I say, and yeah, I agree to Uncle Henry on this point. Uncle Henry is being very optimistic about this, and look, I would be too. But at the same time, look, this is what he's talking about, and look, Uncle Henry talking about how this bench is so good to where some of these guys can actually start for some of these other NBA teams, which is. It's a great point. Yeah, heck yeah, they could. But at the same time, to that, you brought up a very great point. Yeah, a lot of them are role players. You got a squad that is very high, a squad that just lost, just got their 12-game winning streak snapped last night. Okay, so
whoa, boy,
this team. This team is hot right now. Even though they lost, this team was on a hot streak, and they got their players. We're kind of hoping that we can manage, but as much as we can,
If we can
until
stay in this
Brandon.
game, we got a shot. We got a shot.
Right.
If we can stay, we gotta be able to get over the third quarter, over them hard. The third and fourth quarter is gonna be big for us, especially the third quarter. If we end it by the fourth quarter, then I can sit there and say we can handle this thing. Larry Nance can catch up with a lot of getting Larry Nance. It's big because now you can get, you're gonna pick up some scoring that is lacking. Okay, on the
Right.
underneath baskets, them little jump shots. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be big. That's gonna be big. They said we don't have everybody. Zion was still out too. Without he and Ingram, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be tough. I'm not saying we're not gonna win, but that's not the Rockets. That ain't the Rockets. And let me tell you something. Don't get me wrong. Next year, the Rockets are going to be right there with the Pelicans. Next year, what I see with that backcourt, them young boys, if they keep that team together, and I'm hearing that James Harden is going back to the Rockets, that is going to be a team
I
to
don't
be
think you should
reckoned
do
with.
that, quite honestly. I think the Rockets need to go ahead and continue to keep rebuilding and stay young. They don't need that old man. They don't need that old man up in Houston, man. Look. James Harden needs to
Yeah,
go
I
over.
would not. I would not take away from that young squad for some James Harden. He like to take. He clicked too much. He want the ball too much. Them other boys want the ball. That's gonna cause tension in in that locker room because you dealing with the young man. They number one draft pick. That squad was coming back against us.
Mhm.
I was very nervous in the end of that game. I was hoping that we didn't lose that game because they were coming back. They remind me of the Pelicans last year. They were taking our licks and they just not no quitter. And I love the way Steven Silas is coaching that basketball team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that I'm not going to be sitting there thinking because we beat on the Rockets that we're going to be
Oh, this is
because
a totally different team, man.
totally
Hey, this
different
is a
team.
playoff basketball right here.
And it's hard to
Look,
sweep a team because we beat them. And let me tell you something, Kevin Durant, remember what it was like. Is this game at home, EJ? Because like I said, I've been on anesthesia. I've been not myself. So is this game at home?
most definitely is at home. This is
Well, we do got a shot. We got a shot.
it's
If it's at
Mardi Gras
home,
season,
I mean, we
man.
got some of the best. We wearing the Mardi Gras uniforms. We are one of the best home teams this year. Could you believe we are the Pelicans are 24 and 5 at home. Unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah.
That is a record for New Orleans.
That's the team record, man. That is awesome, man. That's something that you know we haven't seen in a long time watching New Orleans basketball. I mean,
They
that's
never
like
had a
Chris
history of
Paul.
playing good at home. Never.
Yeah, yeah.
Long as I've been remembering them since being the Hornets. Because we never had home field advantage.
This team is
We
different,
never
man.
had home field advantage. We
This
ain't never
this
had no crowd.
team this team's potential is so great, man. It's amazing. I like and shout out to David Griffin for putting this team together. Just putting like its potential could be championship, but it's all about staying healthy. That's all it's about.
Yes, yes.
If the Pelicans want to win a championship, they have
They
to stay
gotta
healthy.
be healthy. This
Yeah.
team have to be healthy to win championships. You have to be healthy, and that's a part of luck. That's a part of a little bit of being luck,
Yeah.
because that's what's going on with the Lakers. The Lakers can't keep can't keep their big man Anthony Davis. We talked about this when Anthony Davis was here in New Orleans. That
Hmm.
the dude just could not. That's why I think that was an asterisk when he won that championship. You won a championship where there was no fans. You were making fun of New Orleans. That's all, folks. But we thank you, Anthony Davis. We thank you so much. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be in this situation, bro.
Well, hey, Uncle Henry, I'm glad you said that too. And look, take your time, because at the end of the day, you would rather it happen now than later. You don't want them injured in the playoffs in a doggone in a freaking 3-3 series in game 7. You hear Zion is out or Brandon Ingram is out or CJ McCollum is out. You don't want that happening. So let them get this out of their system now So when they get into the playoffs, we don't have to hear no excuses about, somebody that got hurt and everything, But Willie Green, let me say this about Willie Green, man. Willie Green just won the December Coach of the
Coach of the
Month.
year. I
Coach of
meant
the
the
Month.
month.
Coach of the Month. Coach of the Month. So
I believe he's gonna get Coach of the year. I believe
let
that.
me let me say this. Willie Green, I'm so proud of this guy. Look, this doesn't surprise me after what he put off last year. But this is gonna make him an even better. If this makes you talk about Greg Popovich and Phil Jackson and all these guys. This one makes the great coaches great. Okay, when they don't have their star players, when they able to scheme and all go and get their players out there and able to go ahead and scheme the heck out of the other team and able to pull out wins without their star players, that shows you how great of a coach you have as a franchise. This is going to tell me a lot more about Willie Green, the way he handles this moving forward, without both of them. And it's one thing without having, Zion or the other with Brandon Ingram, but you got both of them out. So this is going to be very interesting. We had a glimpse of it against the Houston Rockets, but this is going to be a good team that you're facing. The Brooklyn Nets, a playoff basketball team that you're going to get to see what it's looking like. Okay, what Willie Green's going to go ahead and put his mastermind and get with those coaches, with Fred Vincent and all them and that great, assistant staff and see what they're going to put together tonight. Like I said, I'm very happy for this team. I'm very excited for this basketball team. I'm glad that we're finally getting more coverage on this team. And shout out to the New Orleans fan base, man. Like,
Oh
I'm
my
so
God.
proud of New Orleans, man.
But what we say, if you love New Orleans, they're gonna love you back.
Yes.
We talked about this stuff. You
Yes,
love New
man.
Orleans because they're gonna love you back.
Man, New Orleans is showing out for this basketball team. They're showing up like they would for the Saints. If the Saints was winning right now, that dome would be packed right now. So they
Well,
packing
I
this.
hate to. You brought it up. Now, there's rumors. There's rumors that, and your Uncle Henry down there, he was the main one that sent me the post with both of us in there. And I don't want to get our hopes high, but let me tell you something. They're talking about making an extra team, 8 seed. If somehow,
I gotta look more into that. I hope it's true. I hope
our Lord knows, I hope it's true. Because if the
that
Saints is the squeak in there, that's when you're gonna see Jameis Winston. I believe that's when y'all gonna see Jameis Winston.
I don't know, man.
I think that's what's gonna happen. I think they're gonna go with Jameis Winston for the playoffs if they got a shot to get in.
They've been holding that man hostage for this long. I think Dennis Allen was still put in the red.
I just think he didn't. I think he's giving this man a whole year off to let him come back next year. Here's the 2-year contract, and he's the only quarterback under contract. And I just think that what the idea is to draft the quarterback, let him come back, be the starter of this team, develop the young guy. If he don't succeed, the young guy takes over. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be similar to what Pittsburgh did with Kenny Pickett.
Speaking of that too. Hang on. Uncle Henry got a question there. He said, I still think that James deserves a chance, fellas. What do y'all think? And yes, I agree. Yes, he deserves a chance.
I think he's not going to be released. I think. Why you think I don't hear nothing from him no more? I think they told him sit down for the rest of the year. We're gonna make sure you 100% healthy. We're gonna let you start this thing over again. We're gonna give you a chance to lead this team out the gates. Mm-hmm. And I really believe that what they're going to do is draft a quarterback with Sean Payton's pick. Mm-hmm. Sean Payton's pick. You got to remember, if we got a chance to get the kid from Alabama, he didn't declare himself in. Bryce Young. Mm-hmm. The Saints can actually trade Sean Payton to the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, that's what I was about to get to that point, since we talked about the Saints and we missed, talking about them last week, and they put off a great W against the Philadelphia Eagles.
I can't wait to get Jason Shelby because if you go look at the last week, the week before then, he was talking about there's nowhere in the hell, even without Jalen Hurts, we're gonna beat them. I got that on record. I recorded it. I got the whole video, and I'm gonna post it probably today. I just wanted to be petty with him.
Well, a great like that.
We had no internet last week. Remember?
Yeah, we had some technical
difficulties.
But the thing is in Saints news, now that you know that you're not gonna make the playoffs, and let's just take away the AC thing. We're not even thinking about that right now. Let's just talk about where we at right now, and we're eliminated. Sean Payton, we know, is coming back next year. That is not even a question no more.
Y'all get that shit out y'all mouth.
What?
Talking about coming back with Tom Brady.
I've seen some reports out there saying that
they just stirring up the pie. That's not
Sean is interested in 3 teams. And I'm about to name these teams now, okay? Arizona Cardinals, okay? That's the one I wanted to go to, okay? Arizona Cardinals.
Definitely the Chargers.
The Los Angeles Chargers, okay? And the Dallas Cowgirls, okay?
Yeah, I heard that too. But Miami has just thrown themselves in the ring, I heard. It's a possibility Miami comes back in.
I don't think it's Miami. I really think.
Well, I'm hearing Miami from listening to the NFL Live. They were saying Miami like up and fire that young guy.
That would be stupid to do that.
I'm not saying I'm not telling you who's right or who's wrong, but that's how thirsty some of these teams are. The Denver Broncos are also on Sean Payton's list.
You can take the Broncos out of there. You can take the Broncos out of there because defensive coordinator. He wants that guy. I can't even think of his name right now. Shoot, man.
Yeah, but he bringing his defensive coordinator with him. You fired that whole staff.
But the thing is, the guy doesn't want to go to Denver. He doesn't want to go to Denver. That's the thing. He wants this guy, but and I can't even think of his name right now.
You got to think what's best for the organization. You got to think about what's best for us, not for Sean Payton. You got to think about what's best for us.
To you as
I'm telling you what draft pick we want.
I'm just being real with you as a reporter, journalist, all of that. I'm telling you right now, looking for both sides, because Sean Payton is not going to sit there and say, look, I'm looking out for the Saints in this. Sean Payton is looking for
and we're not going to look out for him.
He's going to look out for him.
We're not going to look out for him.
He's going to look out for what's best for him. So Sean Payton is not going to get traded nowhere unless he wants to go somewhere, okay? And like I said, I'm putting out teams that he wants to go at. And those 3 teams, Arizona, the Chargers, and the Cowgirls, those 3 teams are the teams that he wants.
Well, Arizona would be the one we would want because and there's rumors that Kyler Murray be traded to the Saints. And we don't give up. No, it's rumors. Okay, this is what NFL Network said. They said that that they retain their first pick, and Sean Payton drafts a quarterback like Bryce Young, and they trade off Kyler Murray to the Saints. I don't think you or any of us would be upset with that.
Oh heck no! I mean, do you see what Arizona's pick is at?
Because Arizona is frustrated with Kyler Murray. They are very frustrated with him.
I mean, but
they made a mistake with him.
Even more than Kyler Murray. I mean, I wouldn't even want to. Look, just from me being a Saints fan, I'm not even hyped about Kyler Murray. I'm hyped about that draft pick. That's what I want. I want the draft pick.
Man, I would love the draft pick. But what we gonna do with that draft pick? Who are you gonna draft with that draft pick? Because it got to be a quarterback.
It's got to be a quarterback. It's gonna be a quarterback, and I'm telling you who it's gonna be. I'm telling you right now.
But it got to be a quarterback. It got to be a 2nd round pick or a 3rd round pick because it's not gonna just be one pick if it's.
It's gonna be a 1st round. It's gonna be a 1st round pick, and it's gonna be some extra picks after that. It's gonna be like a 3rd round pick along with the 1st round pick. But if we have Arizona's pick, the quarterback I'm going for is C.J. Stroud.
I like that. I like C.J. Stroud, but I also
I
like
mean, you
Bryce.
can't tell me after what you've seen in the game against Georgia that C.J. Stroud is not on your top quarterback list.
Well, he
And,
is.
and
He
I
is.
especially
CJ is, but also Bryce Young. Bryce
no,
Young
Bryce
reminds
is
me of a
not.
young Drew Brees. He reminds me of with athletic ability.
See that right now. Bryce is going to be the #1 overall pick in the draft.
No, I don't think so. I don't think. I think because of his size, and it's just too. You and I are just going to agree to disagree. But I think because of his size, and you got C.J. Stroud. I think once they get into, they start doing that.
It's,
What they
no,
call it.
look,
I
they are
think
not.
C.J.
Look,
Stroud. I think C.J. Stroud is going to be picked over him. Once they
no,
start doing pro days and they see the size and they start doing the
okay,
workouts, I
no.
think
That's
C.J. Stroud is going to be the one that you ain't going to get, brother. I mean,
uh,
son. And
no.
Hendon Hooker, don't sleep on Hendon Hooker coming to the Saints in the second round.
Hendon is a second rounder.
But you could get that first round and get Hendon Hooker, and get another position. Okay, that's a possibility too.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Like I said, it's interesting. It's gonna be an interesting thing. Something I've been keeping my eye on, especially now that I know what has happened with the Saints, and we're not in contention as far as I know right now, and everything. Looking towards the off season, things about to get interesting. Things
Son,
are
would you like to see Ty Spears on the New Orleans Saints?
I would love to have Tajay Spears on as a tandem with Alvin Kamara, because the thing about it, guys, is Alvin Kamara needs help. Okay, whether we know
Shout
this or
out to
not,
Bronze. Go
um,
Pounds.
Mister Mark Ingram is not going to cut it, guys. Mark Ingram, it will be
Yeah, he's
not a
gone.
Saint.
He's gone.
He's going to be gone next season. So I'm telling you right now, the Saints need to go ahead and get ready to get into the running back market and get somebody to be a tandem with Alvin Kamara.
I like Benjamin, EJ. I like Benjamin. I think that getting Tajay Spears in the mix, I think we can go with let Benjamin stay on this team. We can get rid of a couple of other guys. We can start our whole new backfield with different guys. You know what I'm saying? And I like I said, I just really like this kid. He's a return guy. He's a guy who can catch the ball out the backfield. He's a guy who can run between tackles. He reminds me of Sproles. It's like getting Sproles all over again.
That is true, man. Look, I'm so
And what
proud of
about Tulane?
Tulane.
What about Tulane before we let you go? What
I'm
about
so
Tulane?
proud of those guys, man. I'm so proud of them. Tulane has really changed their program. They has done like a complete 360 out there, man. Like I said, the only thing I need to see
They
now,
beat
now
USC
that they
Trojans, son.
now that they've improved themselves, that they can beat the big dogs, I think they need to change their conference. I think it's time. Is put them in the
Well,
Big 12.
no.
Put them in
One
the
more
Big
year
12.
of dominant. No. They got to build their facilities up. This is what they said. It's time to get better facilities. It's time to put the donors of Tulane to step up and help. They got a brand new stadium, but it's time. It's time for them. They don't. They, excuse me. Their equipment. Their equipment is outdated. They the Wilson Center is very outdated. It's if you want players to come to Tulane, it has to be more than just the football. They have to have the equipment. They have to be willing to the donors to be putting out that money. And we're tired of just having LSU as the primary school in Louisiana. Just like Auburn and Alabama we need that second school, and Tulane is ready to make that jump.
Well, Willie
So
Fritz is
it's up to the alumni. Alumni got to go out there and spend that money.
Willie Fritz has changed this program, man, and all going.
And we got to resign this guy and give him big money.
Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. He's
Yeah, but he's
definitely
coming
coming back.
back. But we got to give him a contract where he won't walk away.
He's getting older too now. Now that's part of
Yeah,
why.
but he almost left for Georgia Tech. No, age don't mean nothing. He almost went to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech almost got him away from us.
Well, look, if you want to keep somebody like Willie Fritz around, you need to go ahead and upgrade your conference, and you need to go ahead and build more facilities.
Yeah, it's
And
facility.
so go like I said, if Tulane wants to elevate, like I said, they had a wonderful season. Now let's not go ahead and turn this season as just a 1 year hit wonder. Go ahead and let's go ahead and try to get into a bigger conference, and let's go ahead and upgrade these facilities, man. Let's go ahead and continue to compete with the big dogs out there, man.
Well,
That's what I want to see.
Cincinnati has left the conference. US what they call them, US the team that battled with them in it for them to get to that bowl, they left the conference. A couple of the teams have left the conference. It's just Memphis and Tulane and Temple and a couple of other teams that's there. They're not leaving next year, but they should prepare for the future. They should get ready to move away. Like you said, they used to be in the SEC. It would be nice to see Tulane build themselves up, get more recruits first, because they're not going to be to compete every year. You have to go recruit. But we're gonna close this out, y'all, because he's about to drive and it's too noisy. But we're very thankful for you guys showing up.
Let me say this. Let me say this before we get out on here. Look, make sure you guys continue to come on here and represent the Pels, man. Like I said, look, we got these Pels broadcasts on here, and look, I understand y'all love the Saints and everything, but now I need to see y'all supporting these Pels in these podcasts now. Like, and I need to see more people in here. Shame on Hulk. Shame on Shelby. I need to see more of you guys. Shame on Nas. I need to see all y'all suckers back on here on this podcast now. Doggone, this is about the third or fourth time I done got on a Pelicans podcast and show that we did, and none of you guys are on here. I need to see y'all back on here. I'm calling y'all out now.
As soon as football comes, they be all powered.
Exactly. So I need that same energy that y'all giving for football. I need it for basketball, because that is basketball season now. Look, y'all can forget about the Saints. Yeah, y'all can forget about the Tulane. And look, Tulane had a great season. I'm not even trying to hit on them or nothing like that. Y'all forget about LSU and all that. Football season is over. Okay, if you want to talk about Tulane and LSU, talk about it in basketball. Okay,
yeah, because their basketball teams, both Tulane and LSU basketball are good.
Yes.
So that's another thing.
Especially LSU women's basketball. My goodness, they are undefeated.
Especially the LSU basketball team too.
Yeah.
Man, they lost to Kentucky, but shit, they've been beating the hell out of almost everybody else.
Yeah, I know. They've been very surprising, because most of that team is really from transfers. From Murray State.
Tulane beat Memphis, and Memphis, Penny Hardaway coaching that team. So
Right.
we're gonna talk a lot of basketball. We got to get back to getting multitask, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We need to support, even if you don't, like what we like the Pelicans. Please, if you like us, support us.
Right,
support
man.
us.
I need that support, man. We getting back into it. Like I said, I know we missed last week with the Eagles game and everything. But like I said, we back at it again, man. We gonna do what we always do, man, and get this started and running again, man. Go Pels.
And I didn't make no excuse. I was just in the hospital this morning. I was under anesthesia and everything. I'm still woozy, but I'm still here.
Exactly. That's the energy we need. I don't want to hear no excuses from the mother suckers. They need to be on this doggone chat. But go Pels. Doggone, like I said, y'all know what to expect out of this team. Like I said, watch out for Willie Green and the way he coaches this team and puts this team in position. If we're in this game all the way, through till the fourth quarter, then we should go ahead and win this game. Like I said, the only way we don't win this game is if it's over by the second quarter. Okay.
Well, we need JV. We need JV to step up big, like you said. We got to include JV as being one of the stars on this team. We
Yes.
need him to come up big. We need McCollum to come up big. I want to see more. And Nance. Nance could be that other guy for scoring. And we all
Right.
and, excuse me. Don't forget
Hey
Trigger
man,
Trey.
trick or
Trigger Trey.
trade. And let me even call out Jose. Now Jose been falling off now.
Jose.
He been falling off now these past couple of
Yeah,
games
he's
now.
been really falling off.
Doggone, I need him to get back to the Jose we know he is now. Doggone, tonight he can start that back up again now. So, doggone, like I said, y'all tune into the game. Doggone, and to answer your question, Uncle Henry, we'll be doing these post game shows as soon as the Saints season is over. We're not gonna do it this week, but next week is gonna be the start of us doing post games along with the Pelicans basketball games. So.
Okay. Well, we out of here, y'all. Much love. Thank you guys for showing up as usual. We out of here.
Go Pels!